Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV on the PC. We are in Rolliger's Reach in Gurabanya, still helping out the Resistance so we can take back Alamigo from the Empire. That dirty Empire. We had a break in Heaven's Word where most of our concern was with other enemies, not the Garleans, but now we're back to them being the main concern. Token of Faith. Damn it all. Where could it have got to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? Aye, I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain. I've not left the Reach since, so it's gotta be around here somewhere. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the officers' pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Okay, we're still doing some errand bitch quests. Guess I didn't really expect that. They make you do it without that mount speed increase, so it's extra excruciating. Got it. Oh, present bear. Present bear. Present bear for you. Okay. I swear I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. 7 hells, that's a 1. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, brother. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture, as my mother taught me. Yes, praise be to Rolliger. Crossing the Veladina. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Mangg, I hear you have been keeping busy. Aye, that he has, and we thank him for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Monago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castle and Veladina to General Alden personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castrum Orients before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kryl and Yashtola will wish to remain here to support the Kyrugians, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. But does it have to be so far away? Since I still didn't bother with the Ethernets. I keep expecting us to just leave this place real quick. I'm shocked they fit so many quests in this one little village. Oh my god. Is aught amiss? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida. I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Belsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since first I pledged to serve Master Louis Swan the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Mangg, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmund, the man who slew Gaius Van Balsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. As long as there's a battle to be fought, I'll be there. Ever the adventurer. You live for these moments, do you not? Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lys, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Manago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Mangg? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Manago to wait a little longer. What? I already gave you my answer. I already gave you my answer. Okay. You will be accompanying us. Full glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent. Then let us be off. Speak with Rauban, and we will... Oh, this is a new location. Jeez. Oh, I have Alagon. Oh, we're going out this way. Oh. Okay. I see. Okay. I'll pause. This is not going to be interesting. Alright. See how nice that is for you guys? Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Veladina. Capture Veladina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Veladina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there is no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Tarquin? By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Alright. 63. So, we're a little ahead of the curve. We can switch back to the Astrologian. And Crimson it began. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond East End, just north of Veladina. How far is... Oh my god. Alright. Alright. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready, in the event a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Set aside time, bitch. Alright, I've got time.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh, gods, it's Rhalga's Reach.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
You! Traitor! Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine! Meffred! Hells take you!
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
Seven hells! It's him! It's Xenos!
The Viceroy? Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
So spirited, and yet so empty.
Run!
Ah, a magical barrier. Alas. It will not save you.
How? Your shoulder!
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
God damn, dude.
Cryle!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught. Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern. If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
Yeah, cryo. I mean, I'm sure we're not going to get too many Final Fantasy V references throughout this game. But maybe. Maybe. Certainly more popular in Japan than it was here. Alright. Duty commenced. Alright, I'm here to dance.
It's all over now.
Here to dance. Easy. What else you got? Reapers. And a 1, and a 2, and a boop. Guess we're just slaughtering everything. That's our job. Okay. Let's get a dance move right in the mix here. Right in the mix. Huzzah.
For the glory of the flames!
For the glory of the flames. Huzzah. Gotta do a little bit more dancing. And maybe a little AoE. A little AoE. Alright, good, good, good. We're cleaning up shop here. Oh, we got Fordola here. Fordola.
Rebel scum!
Devilment. Kick her ass. You ain't shit. Oh, you don't know who I am?
What took you so long?
Alphino, I need your help.
My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
All right. I can dig it.
As one!
Okay. He's got a lot of health and a lot of defense.
Be gone!
Well, he is like a level 70 raid boss. Shit. Oh, swords.
Give me something to remember.
Easy. Okay, so we're just destroying swords. A lot of swords. Lot of swords. Lot of AoE. No problem for a Fate Walker such as myself. Oh, he hit me. Come on, I know you got more than that. See it. One and two and whoop. Nice. Dash.
Don't stop now.
I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to be hitting them or not. Doesn't really seem like a thing to do. Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah, I'll give him some credit. It's a lot. Oh shit, that sucks. A lot more interesting than a lot of like story battles. It feels like a solo raid boss, which is cool. A little easy, but you know they don't want to alienate anybody. Not everyone is as good as video games as I am. And I know that's a fact because I've done a lot of dungeons in this game. And I've seen some pretty terrible people. But hey, we always finish the dungeon. So, there you go. Come on, Xenos. Don't you have anything else? Anything else up your sleeve? He's just gonna keep doing this shit. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to get him to like 90% or something. I don't know. Okay, he said something else. Now he's gonna kick my ass. Yep.
Pathetic.
Seven hells.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
You all right, lad?
I think my pride might have taken a knock.
Tis no ordinary foe could best the likes of you.
He broke his sword on my fucking face.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on!
Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work.
I mean, you know, I'm a talented scholar and astrologian. I mean, the astrologian class quests often involve you just, like, healing wounded soldiers and them just, like, immediately popping up claiming that it's like they were never wounded at all. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise?
Of course.
I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
That was rough. You did well, Mangg. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. Alright. The fires fade. See to the wounded, Mangg. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Meffred lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. Meffred. Couldn't save him this time. Actually, we didn't save him last time. We saved his buddy, but still, he's dead. He's dead as a doornail. And this spell resurrects target to a weakened state. Useless. Just useless. Manago, Alfred, where are you? Well, here's his shit. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Alfred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 miles so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? For him and not the cause. Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive. Not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can do but our best, as he did. Mefford will be sorely missed, aye. But because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not. And they need us, now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him is all. Well, we all did. Bereft of hearth and home. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total. A humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Ralger's Reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Oriens will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Nod. Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Okay, that's... Okay. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Alright. Click on stuff. Click on stuff. Click on stuff. Click on stuff. Alright, and that's the whole quest. That's some pretty good XP per hour right there. That's hard to beat. That is hard to beat. Sir, Marshal Tarpin said you might have something for me. To all be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Yashtola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish, then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. Castrum Oriens. Yeah, dude broke his fucking sword across my face, but I'm perfectly fine. I'm right as rain. I could do it again. It's kind of fun, really. Divide and conquer. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated, and this state will not be mounting an assault on Castellan Valladina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects, but first we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castromorians. Understood. We will go and speak with General Alden. Like, why on earth are we still going to try and take fucking Alamigo? This dude could solo our entire army. Oh, he was over. Why did I tell him? I thought he was already over at the other location. Whoops. I don't see why we wouldn't just, like, bolster our defenses, you know, in, back in normal Eorzea with all our military and just bunker down. Because if I can't take Alamigo, then who the fuck can? Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight away to Specula and Puritoris after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives, having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castromorians. We can discuss our path forward there. Now we go to Castromorians. Kryle's with Yashtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryle says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen. When that Skulls commander cut down Mefrid, a single blow and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo.
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
We take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
Yeah, boy, Doma. Let's go. Goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple the provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves, and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from Imperial oppression, whom we will free. Let's go! Lies, damn lies, and pirates. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to our involved and the others? Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then. Sister, Mangg, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa. Oh, we gotta leave Cryo behind. She's awesome. But Limsa, Doma. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay, go to the aft castle, I guess. So we got 2 new countries then in this expansion. Double the pleasure. Hitaru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merlib lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right, inasmuch as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalane of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the officers of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause, and negligible profit. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragic tale of how the heir to House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Hitaru. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Knights seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. Yeah, that's interesting. We have 255. Shit, this isn't better. Actually, it is better somehow. Okay. Tales from the Far East. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alize, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Orange on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Mangg and Lise? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Mangg. I just want to go to Doma. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Okay. Hey, Geary. Greetings, Mangg. What brings you to the Toll this eve? What? You are for Doma? Heavens, you scions have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation, but when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Yeah, he is a bit of a... He's basically a Primarch. That's what he is. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. Going to Doma. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nage clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle, even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of dear Lord Cayenne has become a den for Garlean dogs. Cayenne? I don't think it's Cayenne. Hey, homie! You are truly planning to travel to Doma. I don't know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Okay, well, I don't think a river should belong to anyone, man. Belongs to Mother Nature, dude. You can't, like, own a river. Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about the Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old Wow. What you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Yeah, it's Japan, alright? It's always Japan. In any RPG from Japan where there's like a faux Japanese country, it's just Japan. There's no question about it. Not without incident. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Lominsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. Get me to Doma. Get me to Japan. I didn't get to go to Japan this year. Let me go in-game. Well, we already had Ghost of Tsushima. I guess that was pretty close. Fisherman's Guild. Nope, this is not correct. They're talking about this ferry dock, which is the Arcanist Guild. The Arcanist Guild. You are returned, Mangg. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. Alright, hopefully it's without incident. All set, lad? I'll see you at the ship if so. Board the Misery. Yes. Yes. Oh, I forgot. The quest is called Not Without Incident.
"12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late."
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
Oh, yeah. Big journey now. Oh, yeah. So far, so good. So far, so good. Oh, shit. I mean, it's like a D&D campaign. If you're getting on a boat, something fucking bad is going to happen.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Wait, this is still the first day? We got that far in one day?
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright. Well, it looks pretty creepy. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the cerulean engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea-wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. Yeah, of course, that's always what you do. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. No, I'm beginning to like you, girl. I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or something else, Lise and I will remain with the ship to defend it in case of attack. Mangg, I believe you would be the ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. Nice. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. Oh gosh. It's going to be a long video, ladies and gentlemen. If we were in a normal location, I probably wouldn't go ahead with the dungeon, but we're on a boat. I don't know how to get back to this boat. I don't even know if I can leave this boat, so fuck it. We are doing Siren Song. That's a lot of dungeons in this list. Yep. Boom. Astrologian. Here we go. All right. So first boss, directional AoE. Stack up on the targeted member. When you get sucked in, run out. And then when you get knocked out to the edge, run back in. That's basically it. Second boss is also pretty simple. Third boss, plenty of AoE. Leaves rings. And then it also uses abilities that either force your character to move forward or backwards, so that you'll move into the rings of damage. That's interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay. So Astrologian, I don't know if I've done a dungeon with this on camera or not. So basically you play, every 30 seconds you can draw a card. And the card you get is one of two types, basically, in the broad sense. It either affects melee and tanks, or it affects ranged and healers. And it provides a small DPS boost. I think it's 6%. Drawing a card also restores some MP, which is nice. So how you tell which is which, easily. There are a couple different ways, but what I do is it's simple. If it's purple, it's for ranged, and if it's blue, it's for melee. And so typically, you want to throw it on your DPS people. Sometimes I'll put it on the tank. Sometimes I'll put it on myself, but rarely. And if I'm in a group which has no, ranged, and I get a ranged card, rather than putting it on myself, I have a redraw ability. It has 3 charges, and generally you don't run out of charges unless you get really unlucky. But, so here I can redraw to a blue card. I can slap that on him. Also, went ahead and just did it there, but playing a card. Oh, I don't even have fucking my aura on. Whoops. Playing a card gives you a seal, which is one of 3 different symbols, depending on the card you played. So here, I'll play the arrow on him. So down here, right above the card thing, you see I have a moon symbol. So you use those symbols to play divination once every 2 minutes. And depending on how many different types of seals you have, whether only one type, 2 types, or all 3 types, it's a 4 or 5 or 6% DPS boost for everyone around you, including yourself. So typically, you can redraw to try and get the 3 different types of seals, but usually I don't bother because I'm lazy. So that's your big DPS increase for the whole party. You want to do that pretty much every couple minutes if you can. And so that's why you need to just keep playing cards. So you keep getting new seals. But you draw a new card every 30 seconds, whereas you can only do divination every 2 minutes. So you're going to fill up on seals before you can play another divination. That's where Minor Arcana comes into play. So with Minor Arcana, you don't get a seal when you use that ability and you play a card. So you only use it when divination is on cooldown and you're playing a card and you have 3 seals. So you've played divination once, then, you know, a minute and a half has gone by, you've gotten 3 more seals. Minor Arcana is basically the same thing as playing a card, except you don't get a seal, but it is a larger DPS boost for one person. So it's not an ability you use too often, because the numbers don't line up that often where it's on cooldown and you have 3 seals. But when you do, it's something to get a bigger DPS boost for one person. So that's the whole card mechanic at this point for a level 61 Astrologian. I also have this. There we go. Aside from that, as for heals, we have a few, of course. We have our basic Benefic heal, which is instant cast, and heals for an okay amount. We have Helios, which is our AoE heal. Heals for not a whole lot by itself. We have Benefic 2, which is our big 700 potency heal with a 2-second cast time. So that's pretty quick. It's a nice big heal. And then we have Essential Dignity, which is an instant cast that has a bare minimum of 400 potency. But depending on how low the target's health is, can go up to 1100 potency. So this is like, you know, you're DPSing, tank slips below a little, like 30% or so, like this. Boom, gigantic heal, incredible. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite parts of this job. Just nice having such a big instant heal off the global cooldown that's every 40 seconds. It's not even like every 2 minutes or anything. It's just, it's good. Oh, shit. God damn it. No, that was too much, dude. Too much. I don't even know why. I don't know what they were doing. That was maybe because I'm talking or something, but I don't know. I couldn't heal through that. Didn't I res him? I must not have resed him. Well, now I look like a real shithead. Oh well. That's why I have the sprout symbol. Yeah, you can get away with stuff. I don't know why he, like, did he think that I was gonna die and I couldn't ever revive him, or is he making a point here, or I don't know. Anyways, so those are your 4 like major heals that you're gonna be using a lot, but a couple of those are modified by your sect. So the Astrologian has access to 2 different sects, diurnal and nocturnal. So these are always on passive abilities, and, you know, until you switch them off. You can only have one of the 2 on at a time. And basically, Diurnal adds a regen ability to Benefic and Helios. So your instant cast and your AoE cast. And it's just a nice little regen, especially the instant cast one. You can just slap it on anybody that's a little low, and it'll fill them up right as rain. The nocturnal one is way less used, but this adds a bubble, like a scholar, to Benefic and Helios. I really only use nocturnal if I'm in like an 8-person group and I have a white mage along with me, because they have a lot of regen abilities. So it's better for me to just go with a bubble of stuff than regen. But most of the time, you're going to use Diurnal. I don't know what that does. Okay. Let's slap this on. Jesus. Okay, we're fine. I have a few other abilities unique to Astrologian. I'll tell you about them in a second. Jesus, that's a lot of damage, man. You're supposed to run away. Keep running away. Get further away. Okay. Here, I can do this. There we go. Oof. Getting a little intense up in here, huh? Alright, so other abilities. We have Light Speed, 2-minute cooldown. It reduces the cast time of all your spells by 2.5 seconds for 15 seconds. So it makes most of your spells instant cast for 15 seconds. You still have to deal with global cooldown, so it's not like you can do more DPS during those 15 seconds or anything. But when you're throwing out a lot of heals in the heat of the moment, it really helps. It really helps. So that's nice. Then we have Sinistry, 2-minute cooldown. You slap onto somebody, lasts for 20 seconds, and basically anytime you cast a single target healing spell on yourself or someone else, the person you put Sinistry on gets a 40% of the heal. But you can also put this like on the tank, and then when you heal the tank, he basically gets 1.5 times heal. 1.4 times the heal. So it's a bit of a nice little crutch in big heal moments. I guess I could just demonstrate it here. I mean, I'll put one Benefic on him, and there you go. He's at full health. So that's kind of nice. More little crutches. Then, recently, I got Collective Unconscious, which it creates a big bubble around you. I did it at the end of that boss fight. You can't move or do anything if you want to hold this bubble up. And it sort of differs depending on which sect you're in, but Diurnal Sect reduces damage taken for you by 10%. And any party member that's in it gets regen. And, you know, a pretty decent regen. Not, like, mind-blowing or anything. And the Nocturnal effect gives a 10% damage reduction to anyone that's in the bubble. So it's sort of like a Sacred Soil effect if you do it that way. Collective Celestial Opposition, that's what it was. This is another AoE heal, same radius as my Helios. It's on a 1 minute cooldown, and depending on your sect, it does the same thing. It's basically just an instant cast Helios. That's all, which is not bad. And that's Astrologian, as it is. I mean, that's a lot to talk about. You've got all these different heals. You've got the sects. You've got the cards to play. It's just an interesting healing job. I think it's the most interesting one they've got. I mean, yeah, most of the time you're just going to sit in Diurnal Sect, so that doesn't matter too much, but you have the option. And if there's a white mage in there, you can switch it up. If there's 2 Astrologians, you can have one of each. And then you get regens and bubbles. It's cool. Also, I mean, in harder content, you can do Nocturnal Sect. You can bubble up people before you go in, and then you can switch to Diurnal Sect to give them regen. You know, you can stance, swap as it goes. But things are pretty simple for us. All right, final boss. This is the one that moves you forward or backward. Wow, that's pretty creepy. Did they wait for me? They waited for me. All right, very nice. All right. So we'll just slap Benefic on the tank. That'll keep regenning him if he takes any damage, so I don't have to worry too much now. And then we just slap our damage on and wait to play our cards. Okay, so that moves us forward. I got you. We're fine. We're fine. Play a card. Blue. Blue is damage for melee. All right. Insta heal, regen. Get out of the circle. Oh, and we can do divination. All right, morbid advance. So let's position ourselves. There you go, no problem. I feel like if there's a hard mode for this, it probably like makes you walk off the edge. All right. And give him that. Give him that, do that. Okay, so now retreat. We're just walking backwards. That's easy. No problem. You're making this easy for me. Big heal, regen. Okay. Dancer gets the card. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, retreat. We're fine. Oh, they're all walking into it. It's alright. I mean, it's all over geared anyways. Damage is pretty slow though. Okay, let me do the Helios. And we'll do that. Double heal. Regen card on the Dancer. 20 seconds, we'll have Divination again. Orbit Advance, so we want to be like here. Even then, I think we're going to run into it. But it's really not much damage. Alright, so let's give him this. Give our group this. Go ham and finish it. Especially with the limit break. There it is. And I think Bob's your uncle. Very nice. Yeah, I just enjoy Astrologian more. I feel like there's more to do. I feel more in control of the healing. Whereas Scholar, it's like I have to depend on the fairy a little bit, but then when I can't depend on the fairy, I don't have all the tools that I want. And with Astrologian, I feel like I have all the tools I want. Oh, and we leveled and learned Earthly Star. Deploys an Earthly Star in the designated area and grants the effect of Earthly Dominance. Executing Stellar Detonation while under the effect. Okay, Stellar Burst. Okay, does an AoE and restores health to everyone. A lot of health, 540 potency, that's good. After 10 seconds, Earthly Dominance is changed to Giant Dominance. Okay, that's even bigger. 720 potency heal and 150 damage. Oh my gosh. Okay, so... Alright, so you can tick this now for a little bomb. Or if you wait 10 seconds, big bomb. God damn. Alright, I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Thank the 12!
Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to the Misery, whereupon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
All right, Doma. Wow, that is really far away. And I like that they made the map completely illegible. Why? Why? Oh, shit.
I remember the sea. The smell of the salt and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane.
This is what I wanted, baby. Hell yeah.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
All right. Congratulations. You now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Sure. Alright, incidentally speaking. Oh my god, I got little Lederhosen now. That's wonderful. Survivor of the song. That's interesting. Oh my god, we're in Japan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hyped. I am hyped. Very cool. Oh, this is very cool. Very cool. Why even have fucking Alamigo in this expansion? Why do you need it? You've got this shit. Why would anyone want to go? Why would I want to go back to Gurabanya and it's just like rocky deserts? Look at this shit. Look at this blue water and oh my god. It is just Japan. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright. This video's gone on long enough, but I had to get here. I had to make it, and we made it. So my name is Mangg. Game watching has been Final Fantasy XIV. See you fine folks in the next part.